guys, we're back in my nail room slash craft room today for a little short video on summer nail art. So the last time we did something nail related, we had a Facebook Live presentation on just how to give yourself a basic manicure. And today I want to talk to you about a really easy way to sort of ratchet up your basic manicure by putting designs on your nails through a process that's called stamping. So nail stamping, what you will end up with is, let me see here, let me show you my fingers, those last two fingers, you can see how they've got the pattern. Okay, that is put on by nail stamping. You can see my fingers beside it do not, they just have the base coat ready to go. I'm going to show you how to do it. So first of all, let me tell you a little bit about nail stamping. It's not particularly a new thing. It's been out for a number of years. What has changed about nail stamping is that it's much, much easier to get your hands on supplies to do it. About a year ago, I was in Shoppers Drug Mart and they actually had kits. I believe it was an Essence brand kit, and it came with everything that you needed to do nail stamping except for the stamping polish. Like it came with a plate, it came with a scraper, and I'm going to tell you all about the equipment that you need. But if you can't find it at a store like Shoppers Drug Mart, these days you can get supplies so readily off of Amazon or eBay. It's really easy to do. So what do you need if you're going to do stamping? Well, you can do stamping on any length of nail, short nails, long nails. You can use it. It's very, very simple. You will definitely need a stamping plate. So I'm going to hold this a little closer, see if you can maybe see some of the designs. There we go. So this is just an example of what a plate looks like. You can feel it has a slight texture to it. It's kind of been etched to leave the designs in. And basically what you do in a nutshell is you use special stamping polish that has a really, really high pigment. You brush it over one of the designs, scrape off any excess polish, and then transfer the design to your nails. I'm going to take you through it step by step, but we're just going to talk about equipment for right now. So again, here's another couple plates that I have in my collection. Let me see here. That gives you an idea. So that one's all florals, okay? This is what they look like when you get them. I haven't used this one yet. I wanted to show you what it looks like. It comes with a protective, usually blue, but sometimes clear plastic cover. So if you do get a stamping plate from Amazon and you try and use it like this, you're going to end up frustrated because this plastic on the corner needs to come off. So what you'll need to do is you'll need to get like an orange wood stick, or let's see if I can do it with my little cuticle scissors here just to lift the corner. There we go. I did this myself when I first started doing this. You can see I'm taking the plastic off here. I tried to use it without realizing there was a plastic film on top, and I thought, I'm never going to get the hang of this. And then I had seen a video on YouTube explaining that there was very often a plastic film on top. So here is that plate, okay? You can buy, plates are usually fairly inexpensive. Like I said, on Amazon, they sell them in all price points. Sometimes you can get them, here's some from Amazon, you can get these on a theme. Sometimes they'll be all like patterns, like this one is kind of, whoops, different patterns. Sometimes they're florals, sometimes they're, seashore themed or animal themed, you name it. There's Christmas plates, there's Halloween plates, there's all level of stamping plates. There's even some that you can get now. There's a company out in BC, it's called Clear Jelly Stamper. You can look them up online. Their claim to fame is that they have plates that are layered. So you stamp in different colors in one layer and it turns into a multi-dimensional image that you can put on your nails. So, I mean, beautiful flowers or other images. They have all kinds of plates as well, and they are based out of BC. You can order from them as well. So what else do you need? Okay, so you've got your stamping plate. You're also going to need some stamping polish. Now, yes, you can use some types of drugstore polish. However, not all polishes are created equal. The thing with stamping polish is that it is much thicker and has a lot more pigment in it than the general stuff that you would buy out of a drugstore, like you'd see behind me here. Now, that being said, Some of them will work. I've had good luck with metallic nail polishes from the drugstore working for stamping, but it's really just kind of hit or miss. You have to try it and see what's going to work for you. But again, Amazon sells little bottles of stamping polish. You can get an entire kit with like one of each different color. This is a navy blue that I'm going to be using on my nails today. This is a white one. It's running a little bit low, but this one I picked up ages ago in the States, but down there in drugstores and big box stores like Walmart, they have them. So they're, again, fairly easy to access. You will need a rubber stamper. So you can see this kind of looks like a bingo dauber, oversized bingo dauber. This is sticky. Kind of reminds me of, you know, those little squishy hands on a string that kids would whap against the wall. Feels very much like the same thing, kind of sticky. So what this is designed to do is once your polish is on here and you've scraped away your excess, you roll it onto this and then you turn around and you transfer that onto your nail. If you have the option when you're shopping to get a clear stamper that you can see, sort of look through the bottom there, it's clear. They're great because you can see where you're positioning your design on your nail. The initial kits that came out, the stampers were not clear. They were like colored rubber and it was sort of a crapshoot. You just had to kind of guess and hope that you were putting your design in the right place. But the clear stampers are great. You just want to very carefully clean these because acetone, you don't want to use acetone on these. It will break down the rubber. What you want to do is if you have a lint roller in between stamping, you can just roll it off. As you can see, I've got ink from my, or polish from my stamping all over here. It's the best way to keep these clean and it doesn't damage the shine and the finish and the visibility, the clarity of your stamping stamper, sorry. So what else do you need? Well, not a whole lot. You need to have your nails already painted up with your base color, which I do, and you want to make sure it's perfectly dry. You don't want to try stamping on polish that is not perfectly dry. You will need a good top coat to seal in your design after you're done, because it will wear off if you don't seal it with a top coat. The other thing that is optional but really nice to have, this is a little bottle of liquid latex. That's all it is. It's marketed for nail art people, but this is really no different than the liquid latex that you see in stores around Halloween time for making, you know, skin abrasions and whatever for Halloween costumes. I have a big bottle of that I bought last year just to keep replenishing this. Now what you do with this, and I'm going to show you that right now, is you just take a bit of your liquid latex and you're going to brush it just around, right around your nail. It's pink. It smells a little bit funny. And as you can see, I'm going right under the tip of my nail. Looks a little bit weird right now, but it's going to dry clear. This is just going to save you so much time cleaning up if you're going to stamp an image on your nail. Because otherwise, when you roll your design on, you're going to get it down in your cuticle and elsewhere. And if you don't have liquid latex, that's okay. You don't need liquid latex to do this. You will need a little brush or even a Q-tip dipped in some acetone to clean up that mess after you've done it, okay? So I'm going to now walk you through stamping. First we'll do a stamp. I'll show you how we do it on using a swatch stick here. We'll stamp a white design on this so that you guys can see it. And then I will show you how I actually do it on my nails, okay? So stay with us. Okay guys, so we're ready to start our stamping here and we have our plate ready to go. And I'm just going to choose, I think, this pattern here. And this time, I'm going to use a swatch stick that I've painted with a dark purple color. And I'm going to use white stamping polish. So the key to stamping is to have all your supplies handy so that you can work quickly. Now I forgot to mention earlier that you will need something to scrape your excess polish off. A lot of stamping kits come with these little scrapers. This one actually happens to have stamping images on it itself. but you're going to use that to scrape your excess polish off. Okay, let's get started. So keep all your supplies handy. You've got your stamper, we've got our nail swatch, we've got our polish. We're going to start by applying a bit, not too much, of white polish to our chosen image. And we're going to use our scraper to scrape it off. Now we're going to take our stamper and we're going to roll that, transferring it to the stamper. And we are going to transfer that onto our nail swatch. So here you can see our design transferred onto the nail swatch. Okay, now in terms of cleanup, you're going to want to use nail polish remover and a cotton pad to clean your stamping plate in between images. Any polish that gets left behind will harden in there and it will obscure your image. You also want to clean your scraper. So now we're all set. Let's do it on my nails. So for this one, I'm going to try something a little bit different. We're going to use navy blue stamping polish. And we're going to use this pattern. Now you can see that I have polish all around my finger, but that's okay because this is the hand we put the liquid latex on. So now we're just going to peel most of that off. Any mess that remains, you can just tidy up with a bit of polish on a cleanup brush. And there you have it. Okay, so I finished the remaining fingers with the stamping, and I'm going to show you what we came up with here. So as you can see, my fingers, particularly on this hand, my nails are very short on this hand. This hand just takes more abuse, I guess. 3 different patterns that I've used on my nails here from the same stamping plate. So some common things to bear in mind if you're going to try this particular technique is be prepared for it to not work the first couple times. Usually the mistake that people make is taking way too long between scraping that nail polish, the excess off of their stamping plate, rolling their stamper on it, and getting it on their nail. You do have to learn to work fairly quickly in order for this to work. So what I would suggest is if you're going to do this, start by planning to do only one nail as an accent on your hand. You can try stamping a few times first, even just the process of scraping the polish off, getting it on your stamper, and then you'll know if you can see, if you get a clear stamper, you'll be able to look and see if the design is intact or if you're missing parts or, you know, and then just dot off on your lint roller in between. So just practice getting your polish on your stamper in a timely fashion. And then when you're sure that you're consistently picking up your designs, then you can move on to transferring it onto your nails. So if you happen to get a kit that does not come with a scraper, use an old loyalty card that you don't use anymore, or expired credit card or something like that, an old gift card. those are perfect. In fact, that's usually more what I use than the little stamper, the scraper that I use today. This one here came with a kit that I have. However, it's not my normal. I use an old credit card. Okay. The other things to bear in mind is wait a few minutes after you have finished stamping before you apply your top coat, because although the nail polish is going on paper thin and it does dry very quickly, you still can run the risk of smudging it. So give it a few minutes before you use your top coat. Okay, so as you can see, you can do it on short nails, you can do it on nails that are a little bit longer. It really doesn't matter. It's fun. It's easy once you get the hang of it. And like I said, you can get supplies fairly readily. Check Shoppers Drug Mart if you want a basic kit that has, you know, your scraper, your stamper, and an image plate. And then I would suggest, because stamping polishes are a little harder to come by in drugstores, buy yourself a bottle of Sally Hansen white nail polish, just straight off the shelf. Let me see if I have a bottle here to show you. I'm sure I must. Yes. So this Sally Hansen Extreme Wear is a white polish that works for stamping. You can also, the pure black and the pure white work really well. Metallic silvers, metallic golds, not polishes that have glitters in them, but those ones that are just more metallic in nature, they will probably work okay too. The design will be a little bit lighter, not quite as opaque as it would be with a stamping polish, but this would be enough to get you started. So this is one technique you can use to sort of ratchet up your summer manicure, and hopefully as this summer progresses, I'll be along with a few others to share with you. I was thinking about actually doing a video on how to give yourself a dotacure, which is just basically almost what it sounds like, a manicure using dots of polish to make a design. So stay tuned for that, and I hope you've enjoyed this little video, and let me know if you try stamping, how you make out. If you have any questions or any problems as you go along and you're trying it, just shoot me an email and I might be able to walk you through what you're doing wrong. Okay, so thanks and have a good day, guys. Bye-bye.